Over the past couple of months, I have been making a lot of videos about parts of the Roman Empire that just kind of split for a while and did their own thing. I started with the Gallic Empire, one which is one of my favorite videos, and then I went on with the Palmyrene Empire, which is one of my least favorites, to be honest. Zenobia was a bitch, and the history was too short and boring to do much with it. After making that video, I was too busy studying and distracting myself with video games and memes to do anything productive. That includes my second channel. Then, something came up to me. I was just randomly reading shit on Wikipedia at 2 a.m. when suddenly I stumbled upon Soissons domain. I read some of it and I knew what I had to do. So, the domain of Soissons, or Kingdom of the Romans. How do I explain it? Let's take a cake. A cake is this big, succulent, soft, and rich treat that everyone around looks at with greed and gluttony. At some point in time, someone takes a knife and cuts itself a slice. Many others would follow, often leaving one slice left. At this point, three things can happen. 1. People fight for the slice. 2. People cut the slice in many pieces and everyone shares. 3. Everyone gets anxious or just doesn't dare taking the last slice, fearing repercussions from the others. Now, if you ever went on a party or just sat on a family table, you know that 99% of the time, option 1 will happen. At least in most countries. Except, what if the cake was the Roman Empire? And the people taking a slice were Germanic tribes. This is what happened. Soissons was the last slice of Rome. It was defended by the skilled general Aegidius. He was appointed by Emperor Majorian as the Magister Militum, or the leader of the soldiers of the Gallic province in 457. Aegidius was able to defend most of northern Gaul, but the corridor linking Soissons to Italy was conquered, therefore he was soon isolated by the rest of the empire. After the death of Emperor Majorian, Italy was also attacked and conquered by the Visigoths, Burgundians, and other Goths. Despite his clear disadvantage, Aegidius did pretty well diplomatically. He was friendly with the Alans and Franks, who helped him defend Orleans from the Visigoths in 463. He also had the Romano-Britons in England, who had been abandoned decades before, and was very close to Childeric I of the Franks, who turned out to be a trusted ally. Unfortunately, in 464, Aegidius was killed, possibly by some of Childeric's enemies, during a battle, and his son Syagrius took over. During this time, the Eastern Roman Emperor Zeno officially recognized the Gothic king Odoacer as the heir of Rome, completely undermining Syagrius. That is because Odoacer had been conquered Italy and was now in control of the entire peninsula. For the next 22 years, Syagrius would manage to defend his domain from foreign invasions thanks to the phenomenal manpower he disposed and the loyalty of his dad's ally Childeric I. It is not clear how many men he had in his ranks, but sources suggest that they were maybe not as numerous, but definitely better trained than the Germanic troops. Syagrius was called King of the Romans by its neighbors, and his dominion was as the Kingdom of the Romans. Things started to go downhill when Childeric died assassinated, and his son Clovis took over. Clovis did not like Syagrius for some odd reason, so in 486 the Battle of Soissons happened. Syagrius suffered a total defeat and managed to flee to the Visigoths, who were first to deliver him back to the Franks after he threatened them with war. That is, Clovis, who threatened them with war. The domain was absorbed to Frankish control and would later be divided and conquered over and over again for the next couple of centuries by other tribes. So, what's Soissons' legacy? Nothing. Why, you ask? Let me ask you this first. What's the difference between Syagrius and this Chinese warlord from the 1930s? Nothing, other than the fact that he isn't Chinese. Essentially, Syagrius was a warlord, like his Germanic neighbors, except that it was Roman. Aegidius served the empire. Syagrius served himself. I don't blame Zeno for choosing to recognize barbarians over him. These barbarians could attack him any time. The reason why we see Soissons so romantically portrayed is because of this fella, Gregory of Tours, who wrote a lot about these things that happened like a decade before he actually existed. So is trustworthy like a hitchhiker with handcuffs and a orange uniform. But that's all we have, so yeah. Anyways, I hope you liked this video and you found it enlightening. Consider subscribing and leaving a like and a comment. I also have a second channel, so if you wanna check it out, feel free. That's all for me. Bye!